All right. Hi everyone. Welcome back to another live stream. I should be live. And welcome back to another episode of the 1.9 new game series. This series is going to taking you starting from a fresh new account, going all the way to max endless without using double gain, without using premium, without watching ads. And yeah, just trying to find the best strategies, the best ways to progress through the game, and especially the most efficient ones, so the fastest way to get there. And I hope that you guys are enjoying the series. You know, it's been quite of a journey, and lately I've been playing mostly offline, you know, trying to do 6.3, selling custom maps, and then progressing on loot frequency and rarity. And yeah, you know, I've actually learned a lot of things, also thanks to you, to your suggestions. I've tried different things, and there are also different strategies that I tried, which I thought would work, that ended up not working well. And there were even other things that I thought they wouldn't work that ended up working. So you can see a lot of my past mistakes in some of the series. So I hope that this series can also help you to avoid those mistakes if your goal is also to try to max out the research, you know, endless research. So as the title says, my current progression is loot frequency 74. Loot rarity has stayed level 20, so I just kept it there. And the goal now is to get loot frequency up to level 93, just like that. Then I'm gonna reset loot rarity to get it to level 97. And then I'm gonna get the final level, level 98, which is gonna allow me to cap the loot at 1000% if we consider also this extra 20% from the star research. And yeah, that's gonna be the first part. Then the second part will be maxing out loot rarity, but it's gonna be much quicker. It's gonna be much faster because again, we're gonna be getting tons and tons of loot. It's gonna require very little time to get it, and so yeah, it should be a lot faster. Also because of the fact that I'm gonna start earning so many of the tiles that rather than opening them and selling custom maps, I can directly sell them for prestige dust. So that's something that I found that works very well once you max out loot frequency or very close to max out, just to do this process. So even the you lose a lot of value because in opening the tiles and using the tickets in this way, you lose value, right? But it's much faster, right? You just open all the tiles, boom, all at once. You get all those millions of prestige dust, and you craft that into, you know, 600, 700, maybe 1000, 2000 tickets, and then you just repeat the process super quickly. So yeah, it becomes much faster. So maxing out loot rarity after you max out loot frequency takes a lot less time. And now the rest of my research, I've got something more, so I wanted to show you here before I actually jump into the gameplay. I've been trying to play the wheel. You can see here I still got some research tickets left from the ones I was able to obtain there. Trying to manipulate a little bit the wheel, not too much though, but yeah, trying to, you know, get the best outcomes possible. And I've got finally the prestige ticket drop right here, level 19, so one more level compared to last time. And that means that I got like 11.5% more tickets from every single time, every single map that I sell, and even from reselling quests. And from now on, all the next upgrades all the way to like level 100, which I haven't maxed in any of my accounts, I think, is gonna cost 999 million green papers. So that's the cap. Like in terms of green papers, you cannot go above 999 million, 999,999. So that's the cap in game. I don't know, maybe if it has been changed in the latest patches, but I don't think it has. So you need to reach that amount to then be able to get the next upgrades. And I think each upgrade from now on is going to give an additional 12% more tickets. And you can get it up to level 100, which is crazy if you consider the amount of green papers actually that you need. But there is also another research right here, which can increase up to level 100 the green paper bonus. So you can get a 1000% additional green paper bonus if you wanted to from the prestige research. So that should make it easier to gain prestige green papers and to probably max out this. But remember, this is only useful for more prestige tickets. So once you max out these 3 upgrades, you don't really need this, right? So yeah, it's kind of counterintuitive, and I guess just getting it probably level 20 is gonna be my maximum. I will not go above level 20. And yeah, now rest of the research here, I've got some upgrades maxed out thanks to the research tickets that I've been obtaining through the wheel. So you can see here, I maxed out the starting power of the towers as well. This is like 10%. I don't know why it's not percentage, but it's like 10% more power. And exactly as the extra 10% on the powerful ability. Then I've got here some of the offensive upgrades like level 25. Here, I've also got a little more levels on the coin generation, level 40 right here. And then the surrounding coins also level 60. And then I think that's it. I've also unlocked Overload right here. Well, 10 abilities, it's fine. And then all the minor, stuff that can decrease the difficulty, that can increase even more the mining speed, and the mining speed that gives. And then also I've tried Loop, because I've tried to start trying out different strategies on 6.3, to get even more enemies, more... it's not really affecting the loot. Remember, loot is always the same, but it affects how many resources you gain, how many enemies you spawn, and so it's something that could be useful. And yeah, also in terms of loop, the ability, I've got here level 20, so max amount of resources obtained from it. The damage here multiplier is not significant, so it's gonna run out super quickly, especially on towers that attack a lot. So this is, you can even leave it like level 1, level 0, it doesn't make any difference. So yeah, just got it level 10, I think, because it's the maximum in terms of normal research. So yeah, that's why I got it, but yeah, it's not really needed. And the rest of the research, I think I stayed the same, if I remember correctly. Maybe here I got some more upgrades in terms of the amount of mining speed modifiers. You can see I got now maxed it out, level 10. Also here level 10, so I got more modifiers. And also I got from bounties. So that's also something else that I got. And I was thinking about like either start focusing on Blizzard here. Sorry, how's it called? Yeah, Blizzard. The ability to make the timer run more, so that I can freeze the enemies for longer. I was thinking about it, especially like for later stages of Endless. This is something very useful, so you can farm even more resources. So I was thinking maybe about that. Yeah, the extra damage taken is not really that relevant. So again, it's mostly the time, making it last more. And also in terms of the smoke bomb, being able to make it last more. You can really increase it by a lot here. It's 20 more levels with 5 seconds each more. So it's like 115 seconds total, which makes it last like 135 seconds, like more than 2 minutes, which is a lot. And additionally, so I don't know already how much it lasts from itself. So this is an additional time that it lasts. And I think other than that, like in terms of my towers, maybe just some upgrades every now and then in terms of utility. For example, here, see, I've maxed out the extra damage from freezing first ability and the amount of effects I can have at the same time. I think I got something here on Splash as well, the starting power of Splash. I was thinking about also maxing this one out, which increases a little bit the power until level 10, but I don't know, seems very not significant. Like the tower can level up to level 120, I think, so it's quite a lot. And maybe here also on anti-air, maybe I got some more like stats, something like to be able to handle the enemies with explosions a little bit better. And I think that's it. Here, Crusher. Yeah, maybe something on Gauss as well. Some abilities are maxed out. The third one, I think, the charging speed, to make it attack more quickly. And yeah, I think that was pretty much what I did. Maybe I can get here level 25, but it just costs a lot of this. But that was a change on research. I haven't changed anything on the start research. As I explained last time, remember you also have here the mining speed on the modifier, an extra 8% you can gain, and also an extra 3% mining speed. This affects all the miners. So it's going to be 6 plus 6 stars. So remember that in order to get these ones, you either need more stars from the game itself. For example, here I still need to do 6.6 stage, right? I need still to do Rumble and Death, which would give me more stars. Ignore this level because it's a level that I've put right here. But this doesn't give you actually stars that you can use in game. And but yeah, that's something else that I could potentially do at the moment. I've seen that. I think it's enough, you know. Yes, it would be even more, but for the moment it's fine. Maybe later on I'm gonna get it. And then lastly, you can see here, rarity tickets. I finally reach a point where I'm almost self-sustaining, and actually I'm earning more and more tickets over time, so I can stack them up pretty much. And so yeah, now I'm starting to do the daily loot as well, pretty much each single day, because I don't never run out of these tickets. Also doing the daily quest, very important, so that you can gain an additional here lucky wheel tickets, and then even some chests if you can go higher in terms of the percentage. And yeah, sometimes it's fun to do the daily quest because they force you to like kind of think outside the box, to like use modifiers, to use your towers differently, so it's nice. And that's it. So I'm gonna just jump here into the gameplay. I still have some abilities here that I should be able to use, so yeah, let's see smoke bomb here, how much it lasts. You can see here it's 30 seconds it lasts with the current research. So 30 seconds, and how much more I can increase it. So it's 30 seconds, and I can gain here 100 more seconds. So yeah, it would be 130 seconds total that it lasts, if my math is correct. Right. So yeah. But anyway, let's just jump into the gameplay. I'm gonna show you what I do first without using overload, and then I'm gonna show you gameplay how I approach it when I do use overload. So that's the idea. When I don't use overload, it's very simple. The setup here is trying to make the path long, like this. This is normally my setup when I start. Now, something else that I've been finding that I like to do is I like to place here another anti-air, so that I force the boss not to walk on top of this platform, and so then I can place Gauss sooner there. So that's just the idea behind it. And that's it. Then I start. I just upgrade multi-shot as much as I can. I try to reach level 7 here. I'm gonna just zoom out a little bit so you can see what's going on. So I try to reach the upgrade level 7 as much as I can, as fast as I can. And remember, always unlocking the middle ability, very important, so that you can start earning more coins. Once you get level 7, you just upgrade freezing now, and I also get a level 7. This is my strategy, depending on the research that I have, depending on the point of the game that I'm playing. Of course, if you are in a different stage of the game, you might have your own maybe setup, and you might have your own strategy. So I just wanted to show you the kind of the change in strategy, how I adapt it as I keep playing and as I keep unlocking more stuff, right? So as I get more research, as I unlock more stuff, and as I get stronger, well, which differences I do, and how differently I play 613. So that's just my goal here. Then I place a crusher down there already, and I just wait here for the 4 minutes and 57, 58 to then place the other matrix miner up here. All right, very easy. And then upgrade both crusher and anti-air level 2. Then normally at this stage I get also the multi-shot level 8, so another even more percentage bonus coins from it, and also a little bit more damage. For the freezing here, I go for the first ability so that I don't have to then sell it. It doesn't matter, even if my freezing percent is not maxed out. It doesn't bother me, and it shouldn't be an issue. Then going here for this lap side. Once you get it, then just place the mining speed modifier, and then just get both miners upgraded at level 1. That should be fine. Go for the middle ability here of Crusher, and then go for the first ability. So you try to make it to actually do damage. You need to do damage with this Crusher here in this early game. Just upgrade both of these matrices. First the one in the right side, remember, and then the one in the left. And normally I just keep upgrading Crusher and Anti-Air as I get the levels on the matrix. So I get one level, I upgrade Crusher, then I get the other level, and I get Anti-Air. That's how I've been doing it. Here we go. Level 3. And at this point, both with the research of the extra coins per minute, plus the enemies that you're killing, you're generating lots, like I'm generating lots and lots of coins, so it's very, very nice. Here we go, level 4 here. And now at this stage, I get both Crusher and Anti-Air level 5. This freezing right here with the powerful ability. And then I just get Multi-Shot level 10. I just unlock it so that I can earn as many coins as possible, as many bonus coins from it. So that's just my approach. And then I get here more mining speed modifiers. And I start maybe upgrading here these crushers a bit more, right? Why not? And once the experience is around 170, I place Inferior. So I place it a bit earlier than what I've been doing. And yeah, then you get the flat 5,000 coins, level 3, the bottom Inferior, and then level 4, the other, the right matrix. Then here, what I like to do is I like to place right away a, yeah, here they might leak, yeah, whatever. Another splash, which then I proceed to actually upgrade. And yeah, so I keep it so that this is gonna be my way to do damage to the enemies that can go past my defenses. I don't anymore like have to upgrade the bottom splashes, or I need to somehow upgrade my crushers to be able to handle the enemies. I just do it with this top right splash. I'm careful that I don't upgrade it too much, that I can hit or maybe damage the boss too much. That's just my goal. And whenever I see an enemy that might give me loot like this one, if I see that Crusher is not keeping it, yeah, here we go. If I see that Crusher does not launch the arm to take it, then I use an ability so that I make sure I always destroy all the enemies and I get all the loot. And you can see here that I'm keeping Crushers level 5 because I've seen that it's pretty good. Even if these enemies can sneak past, it's not really an issue. And I have this top right splash that I place much sooner that can handle them. And so I can keep upgrading here this bottom right, bottom left Inferior. You can see it's level 8 now. Here we go, just upgrading a bit more freezings. Should be able to get a level 9 here. Nice. And next it should be the core. Upgrade it. Here and up to the third ability. The third level, sorry. The left Inferior Miner maxed out. Then I place the other one in the right side. And then right here, normally I upgrade these crushers a bit more. And then I also upgrade freezings, like level 10, crushers level 7. And then I start upgrading the bottom right Inferior. Again, the goal is to try to reach it to be level 10, you know, whenever you can. Now in this case, the boss is getting further and further away. So I always pay attention here that I can somehow destroy most of the enemies. And now here, even if you upgrade to level 10 splash, it shouldn't really reach the boss, so you shouldn't damage it that much. So you can then upgrade it max out, so you do as much damage as possible without needing to rely on the ultimate, and that allows you to then upgrade the right Inferior Miner to level 10. There we go, just like that. So yeah, that's just the idea behind it. Once I get both of these Inferior Miners level 10, I normally just get here a Gauss. Now I rotate it to attack this actually side. So I've seen that it's better than rather than attacking more towards the bottom, to attack this direction right here as the mouse. So I just click here, and that's where I rotate it. And then remember, just upgrade level 10, then upgrade the right matrix miner first, and then the one in the left. There we go. You want to also max out the core, the right side core. Mining speed, you get Gauss extra mining time. Now here it's very important that you don't go above like 25 minutes. Once you get more than 24 minutes, 23 minutes, which is the time where I'm gonna stop playing here, you don't want to go further. So I'm gonna automatically sell this Gauss. I don't want to keep it any longer. I'm gonna replace the money speed modifier, and I'm gonna place the Gauss on this bottom left platform, aiming at this direction right here. There we go, just like that. Third and first ability, remember, Gauss. Once you reach the level 20, you get the ultimate, so you double the mining time. Just like that, very easy. Here we go, the ultimate. And now just upgrading maximum these matrix miners in the left. Very easy. Once I max them all out, normally I place 2 more Infer miners up here, and then 2 more matrix miners right there in the right side. And now I upgrade these Infer miners, the one in the left level 6 and the one in the right level 3. And then I upgrade both of these matrices up to level 7. So level 7 both. And then I upgrade only the bottom one, level 10. Now these miners have super expensive because I placed many of them. So, but the fact is that I'm killing so many enemies that it's super simple. Like I'm generating tons and tons of coins here. So at this point, I sell a multi-shot. I don't need any more the bonus coins because I've upgraded pretty much all the miners that I needed. And from now on, I'm gonna just be stacking up coins. I get another splash right there. Edit spots. Third ability, and then second, I max out the crushers. I go here for the additional damage so that this splash can keep destroying these enemies even if they slowly get more and more HP. And then normally something that I do here is as I place this Gauss on the bottom right side and I aim it towards this direction, I also sell this freezing and I get another modifier. So that's also a change that I've done. So again, this allows me to place this Gauss a little bit sooner and to allow it to level up to then reach the ultimate faster. And also without the slow on the freezing tower, also the boss is gonna move faster now. And that's something that I want to happen. It's not really important or relevant to slow down the boss right now. I've already slowed it down enough, so I can just let it go. And I still have the freezing on the right side, very important, so that this splash is doing as much damage as possible. Remember that level 10, you do more damage if enemies are moving more slowly, right? So that's why it's very important to at least have one freezing in the right side, but the one in the left, you can just sell it. And then, once I get this coin generated per minute, so core level 16, I unlock the ultimate on this splash, on this top right splash. I max out the last matrix miner, and then I max out the Infer miner on the left, and then the one in the right should be level 7. So I upgrade both of them at once, so 4 levels each. And of course here I use hotkeys, and the hotkeys help me to do all this process a little bit more efficiently. Alright, so let's close this. And yeah, everything should be working well. And normally here I use the core as a reference to know where exactly to get the next upgrades. So that's the idea. Level 17 core, I go for the ultimate on the middle splash, the one right here. And then I max out the last Infer, so the last miner. So that should be like all miners now maxed out. You can see also here the importance of anti-air, and these mines is creating from the flying enemies are coming out of this matrix, these 2 miners right here. And that's also why I'm placing them, because again, that allows me to get more resources, more mine items, but at the same time I'm creating these flying enemies that then I can destroy. I can create the mines, and I can create these massive explosions that deal percentage damage to enemies. So even if enemies get more and more HP, still these mines are doing the same percentage damage, because it's based on the enemy's max HP. So it's something wonderful. Core level 18, normally I go for the splash in the left side now. I just get the ultimate, and then I just leave it level 3. I just go for the ultimate, but I don't actually upgrade it. Alright, very easy. And then last thing is gonna be just waiting for the core to reach level 19. I'm gonna get here the coins generated per minute, the last ultimate of the last splash, And again, remember, these upgrades actually are generating more loot. So in me getting these upgrades, enemies are gonna drop more loot. So that's why I'm actually, I think that playing longer and still playing even at these levels of loot frequency, playing like this is better. Because you get more loot by being able to enhance more your towers, to get the ultimates, to get the upgrades here on the core. So yeah, here we go, 1 and 2, easy. And now this is the last part of the game. Normally I only play until 15 minutes and a couple seconds. So at 46 minutes, I sell the left Gauss, I place a minus speed modifier, and then I upgrade the bottom right splash level 9. That's it, that's what I do at 46 minutes. It should still be able to clear up these enemies, so these enemies shouldn't be able to stack up that much, as you can see right here. Then at 47:30, I sell the other Gauss and I get another minus speed modifier. And I max out the splash in the bottom left and also the one in the middle. And then normally, well, you don't really need to do this, but this last splash right here, when it's like 49 minutes, it's just 1 minute remaining, I also max it out. So that I can make sure I destroy as many enemies as possible, as quick as possible. At this stage, I'm doing tons of damage to the boss, but again, because I'm going to be playing only until like 50 and 7 seconds, it doesn't really matter. So here we go, 50 in-game time, 50 and 7 seconds, boom, that's it, I end the game. At this stage, you always have exhausted the loot, so if you keep playing longer, you only have the chance of getting the biddies every now and then, or like a bit more green papers, but that's it. That's the only thing that you gain. And so yeah, you have collected all the loot. That's it. You can just reset. Here we go. 3 rarity tickets. And these are the resources that I normally earn. Remember, this is RNG, so sometimes you're gonna get more some resources, sometimes you're gonna get less in terms of tiles, in terms of loot, right? But this is the strategy without using overload, right? Now, something additional that I think is very good and why playing longer is better, not just for the extra loot that you get if you upgrade the core, if you upgrade your towers, but also because the iron market resets every hour. But if you have less than 10 minutes for the update, you actually can reset it for free. You don't need acceleros, and so I can just do this, and I can always have a refresh after every single gameplay they do. I have a refresh on the items that potentially I can buy for resources. So remember, you always want to buy things that cost either resources or resources, right? You don't want to spend acceleros here, you don't want to spend green papers here, especially if your goal is trying to max out prestige. And probably I'm gonna get this one. It's 11, yeah, not bad, 11 orange chests. And that was one gameplay, so I'm gonna save. Leon Gallian, hi, welcome to the stream. Nice emote. Yeah, once you get to the last stages of 6.3, you have tons of enemies incoming. But with this research, I'm able to handle them pretty easily, as you could tell there. No issues whatsoever. And now, how many games I've done? I think 1, right? Yeah, since I sold the cast map and I got 1 more level of frequency, I got only 1 level, 6.3. And previously, here I only played it twice. So I think I'm gonna play it 2 more times, and then I'm gonna be selling a cast map. Now, right now, I'm gonna show you the strategy by using overload. Now, before I do that though, I'm gonna reload my full game. So my adver account, where I have all the research maxed out. Because again, the important thing is, especially looking at overload, how overload works. Can I find it? Yeah, it's right here. Because again, these upgrades here, I've also maxed them out on the other account. So the only difference here is that I have more of them and I'm generating more energy. But it's not gonna be important to what I'm gonna show you. Now, if you play in 100% difficulty, that's exactly what I'm gonna do on 6.3, right? Let's suppose this is a strategy I'm gonna be using, right? So let's just suppose this is what I will run. Of course, these towers are much stronger, and they're gonna be completely doing a lot more damage than usual. But again, I'm gonna show you here overload, how overload works. All right. Now, if I just pause the game here, actually, let me just retry it. If I go here, already before you start the game, you have a description of the ability. So it says here for overload, it says each overload level increases mining speed by 17%, which again is the same as my other account because I've maxed it out, but requires 16.4% more damage to kill enemies. And reduces debuff duration. So debuffs like bonus coins, stun, you know, any debuff, poison, burning, every debuff is reduced. Multiple overload uses stack multiplicatively. Now that's something very important, right? It adds, it's not like adding, it's multiplying. And then it says overload level lasts forever, right? It decreases by 1 whenever an enemy enters the base. So every time you lose 1 HP, pretty much on your base, you lose 1 stack of overload. And then it says in endless mode, each 1% difficulty grants an additional 0.16% mining speed, which again, I have even in the other account, even if it's not everything maxed out because I got the research. So that's the description of the game. Now, how it actually works in game. So let's just suppose this is a strategy I used before, right? It's exactly the same one. Of course, I'm going to have a lot more coins, but again, it doesn't really matter for that reason. So let's suppose here I start the game. This miner also has more mining speed, which is going to make it a little bit different. But let's just suppose I'm just want to use overload, all right? Now, I just want to show you how it works. So here, if I use it once, it only costs 1 energy. So that means that every time you're generating 1 energy, you can use it. And now if I use it once, you can see that this icon appears on the base and it says 1. So that means I have overload times 1. I've only used it once, right? You can stack it, remember. So that's why the game actually gives you an idea of how many you have. And what are the bonuses? So what's happening on the game? You can see the enemies became 16% more tough, as the description said. So enemies now have 16% more HP. That's the only thing that happens. They get 16% more HP. So every enemy they spawned, right? And the mining speed increases up to 39%. So I'm gaining here 39% mining speed. I don't know if I was able to show you right now, but right at the beginning, so you can see right here that I have 37.2 with 1 overload. But if I just restart this game, and you can see that this is 33.3%. So overload, what it does, it adds the mining speed on the base of the miners. So it's not like calculated and added at the end, but it's added at the beginning. Right? So that's how it affects the mining speed. So again, if I just do this, again, it's just to show you the how I do overload and how it affects the game. Shadowblade, hi, welcome to the stream. So again, just supposing this is the strategy I'm using, right? Again, I'm going to show you overload. Now, it's very important here that you remember the stats. So I use it once. I've used it once now. And so the stats are like this. You can see here the extra 39% speed by just calculating the increase on the base speed, right? And this is it. That's what happened. Now, if I just keep playing and then I use another overload, which happens once your rebar bar refills. If I just stop right here, you can see that the enemy's toughness, it hasn't gone from 16% to 32%, which is what it should be happening, but it's now 135%. Why? Because of the fact that the adding is not like linear. So it's not just doing 16% plus 16%, but it's always multiplicatively. So because enemies have already got an increase of 16% HP, the game adds a 16% considering that 16% that was already added. So that's the idea. So the percentage is calculated on the entire HP gained, which is also affecting the original one. So that's why it's now the total toughness, if we consider the 60% with the new 16%, now it's 135%. There are also, because I think there are some commas, like enemies gain like 16.6%, right? So the difficulty is not like 16.0, but it's 16.6%, so it's a little bit more. But still, it's not the double, it's more than double, because of the fact that it's considering everything. And the same applies for mining speed. You can see that before, with the first overload, I gained 39% bonus mining speed. Now I've gained 184%. So again, it's not double. If you just do 39 times 2 is 78. Even if we suppose it's rounding, whatever, but it's not 184. It's it's less. So it's considering it's multiplicatively adding it a little bit more. And this keeps happening the more you use overload. So here, if I, again, I do this, right? Let's just suppose I get some additional towers just in case, just because I don't want to lose. And I use another overload. You can see that now with the third one, enemies got a total of 58% more HP. So with 3 overloads, remember, we started with 16.6%. If you do 16.6 times 3, it's gonna be like 49.8, but now you can see that it's 58. So it's more, right? It's adding, considering already the amount that was added. And the same goes to minus. You can see that now I got a bonus of 137%. So the more overloads you use, and then I'm gonna just keep playing here because again, I think it's very easy to, I should be able to destroy these enemies even if they start gaining lots of HP. So just in case, let's just upgrade also these towers. So if you keep using overload, you can see that times 4 enemies are at 84% to 299% mining speed. If I use another one, 372 and 214. If I use another one, so each additional overload that you use, it makes like, it's like the stats start increasing exponentially. They get exponentially higher. You can see here that I've used 6 overloads. This is 7 overloads used. You can see right here, right? Enemies almost have 3 times their HP and more HP, right? That's what they should have. And then the mining speed has been increased almost by 6 times, which is insane. And yeah, if I keep using it, it's gonna keep becoming greater and greater. So yeah, let's just do this. And at a certain point, in my opinion, if you keep using overload, what's gonna happen is that like other enemies are gonna become so tough that even if you have, like my towers here are maxed out, endless, right? So they're doing tons and tons of damage. But the fact is that because I'm increasing so much the HP in the enemies, it's not possible to handle them. And remember that enemies get progressively more HP on this particular level because enemies are produced by the miners. So as in any particular gameplay or scenario, enemies get tougher with just like that. I'm also destroying the boss here, but my goal here was to show you once you reach maximum overload. You can see right here at 11 overloads you go past the 1000% on mining speed, so the bonus mining speed that you're giving, and the enemy toughness becomes like more than 5 times, so enemies have more than 5 times HP. Here with 12 overloads, 1300%, 1600%, 14 overloads, 1900%. And then with the last one, you can see the huge increase with just the last one. Remember, we started with a bonus of 16.6% more HP and 39% more money speed. We're reaching now 2,000, more than 2,200% money speed. You can see here the base miner here. Remember, we started with 32, right? 32 point something base. Now it's 257. That's, you know, an insane increase. And also enemies toughness, almost 10 times more HP. And yeah, so that's how overload works. So you can see that the more you use, the tougher it becomes. The mining speed becomes exponentially higher, and also enemy toughness becomes exponentially higher. So here there was a comment, sorry I missed it. Shadowblade asks, do you know the game Random Dice Defense? No, I do not. I do not know that game. Is it another, it sounds like another tower defense, right? So anyway, why did I do all that stuff with overload and with all that before? Well, because of the fact that here, again, remember, I cannot use 15 overloads, of course, because I don't have the research. My towers are much weaker, but these particular stats are the same. You can see here the money speed by 17%, 60% 0.4. Actually, it was 16.4%, so it wasn't 16.6, but it was 16.4% more toughness, so more damage. I think it's the calculated in the HP, right? Enemies get that percentage of more HP, so that you need that more damage to kill them. And you can see that the bottom ones are the same. Now, is this the same to the other research? I think it is, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think the reading is the same. So if I just, again, this is my account where I'm actually doing, the progression. So let me just place everything here as I've done before. Nope, here. Oh yeah, I messed up. Just reset. Just like that. Boom, boom, and here. All right. So I'm gonna start the game, and now, again, I'm gonna do the same as before. Set it on weakest, upgrade the multi-shot, but now as soon as I can, I'm gonna use one overload. So I'm gonna stack them from the beginning. Of course, because of the huge limit on my current research, I will not be able. You can see here that the stats are the same, right, as before. Now, because of my research, I will not be able to stack more than 2 efficiently. Like, I've tried 3, but I think that 3 seems too much. I struggle too much. I end up like having to upgrade my towers way too much, and so I end up like gaining less resources. I've seen that 2 is enough. So enemies get only 35% more toughness, and I get 84% more mining speed. And that's it. So that's the only difference. You know, compared to before, the previous run that I showed you, right? The only difference is that I have 2 overloads. Now, because of this though, because of this extra base mining speed, I'm producing already more enemies. Enemies have already more HP, and they will progressively get more HP. And so because of this, because of the fact that I'm actually spawning and killing more enemies, I'm also generating more coins. So this means that the game kinda gets accelerated in a sense, and so everything becomes faster. You can see that I got here both of the towers level 7 a bit sooner. I placed Crusher again, and I'm just generating more income. So that's a power in the sense of overload, and that's how it can help you. I'm gonna just wait again for 57 to place the Matrix Miner right here, which is something that I normally do at that time. Here we go. And yeah, then I'm gonna show you how this extra mining speed actually affects into then when you get the modifier, because you get the modifier. Remember, the modifier amplifies the base mining speed, and so because of the mining speed has been already buffed by a little bit, then the mining speed modifier increases it by a lot more, so it's like percentagely more. So here Shadowblade has answered, yes, I think you will like it. So you're referring to the game, right? Random Dice Defense. Basically, it's PvP gunplay, where you summon random towers to kill enemies. It's free on mobile, and you can play it on PC with an emulator. Random towers from a deck of 5. Okay. I don't normally like PvP games because I think they are more like stressful. Like you need to actively engage right away with the other player, and also because sometimes it depends on the build. Like some players which have more research, which have more towers, more stuff, they tend to outplay you and be stronger than you just because of the fact that they've been playing for more. And so yeah, it's not, PvPs are not really my favorite type of games, but yeah, definitely I can give it a try. Thanks for suggesting it. So here we go. I'm gonna just get level 3 here, both of them, as the Matrix Miner is gonna start spawning now the enemies. And I will already get this multi-shot level 8. As I did before. And the huge difference compared to before is this extra speed plus the extra HP the enemies get. So very likely there will be a point where I will probably upgrade these towers even more. Yeah, probably I'm gonna do it right now. Yeah, level 5 here. Yeah, even level 6, I guess. Okay, that should be fine for the moment. This amount of damage from this Crusher as it's leveling up. The other miner level 2, here we go. Probably level 7 now. With the anti-air. And now level 3. I'm already above 103 sources per minute with this with the 2 overloads, with the 2 addings of the overloads. Alright. Everything, of course, because of the more enemies, also towers like to level up faster. I'm gonna get everything here level 8, I guess. And now at this point, once I get both of these Matrix Miners level 3, I just max out multi-shot as I did before, but you can see that I'm getting everything sooner. Even though I'm actually spending more coins on upgrading the towers, but I'm spawning so many enemies that still I can make it and I can have a profit. So in a sense, that's how it works. Alright. Placing the towers. Getting the ultimate right here. Level 3. The bottom splashes, I always keep them level 3, even with this extra HP, but they should be fine. And then here, 170, I get the bottom Infier. I still go for these flat coins. Probably with overloads, I don't think it's needed. But still, I'm gonna get it anyway. Level 8 here. Level 8. Level 8 as well, this top splash. So you can see here that I'm very simply just getting more damage, right? So that I can handle... Oops, I forgot. I did the wrong update, but... So the idea is to just get everything as before. Let's see here, yeah. Just killing that enemy right there. Yeah, good. Here, getting another matrix right there, level 2. I'm gonna probably max out these crushers now. And also these left freezing, why not? And now should be free to get this bottom left matrix max out. Even if I have the extra HP and the speed on the enemies, but this splash should be able to handle them. And in case I see that I struggle, I'm gonna just upgrade it. Of course, here the boss is still in range of it, so it might be receiving some damage, but the most damage on the boss is actually coming from the mines that Anti-Air is creating. So not even splash, but it's actually Anti-Air that it's doing the highest damage to the boss through the mines. Yeah, here we go. On these parts, this is the most damage that the boss is receiving. So I'll just get this splash level 10. You can see here some enemies are stacking up. They're able to push forward, so I can have to defend that. Level 10, the left Infer Miner. So I'm gonna do the same here, and I'm gonna place another one in the right side. You can see here everything is accelerated, yeah, everything is just faster. So I've got the other Infer Miner upgraded, and I could upgrade it more, but I just don't want to, because otherwise I'm gonna be spawning way too many enemies before I even have this extra mining speed from the core. So just imagine like how many more coins I've earned through this process. Just 2 overloads, remember, just 2. I'm not really getting more of them. Alright, I'm allowing here this splash to level up slowly, so that by having better stats, I should be able to, without activating the ultimate, because again, I don't want to damage the boss too much, I should be able to start cleaning up these enemies a bit more quickly. So maybe I can get this in for level 5 now. And get another matrix miner right there. Yeah, level 71. Yeah, maybe level 7 now. This bottom right Infier. Let's go for this middle path now. Oh, sorry, there was a comment. It's more of trying to outlast your opponent than directly interacting with them. So the waves are the same for both of you, and you try to survive longer. So it comes to like which player has the best strategy, I guess. So it's very similar to Bloons TD Battle, but maybe there isn't the part of the game where you actually can spawn enemies on the enemy camp. So I guess that's the main difference. Alright, let's just max out this Infer Miner now that it splashes past level 90. Should be good. I'm just waiting here a bit more for the boss to move down, so then I can place the Gauss in the top left corner. I guess now it should be fine. So let's see, if I just rotate it, it's not gonna hit it, right? No, the tail is right there. Okay, good. Alright, very nice. Making Gauss level up. Then yeah, I'm gonna just max out these Mirkis miners now. I'm gonna max out first the Scholar one, and not this one, because this one is very close to the boss. So you can see here already how much damage I've done to the boss just through the mines. So I want to limit, hopefully, the damage I do with that. And I'm already generating lots of coins, but again, I don't want to place a splash here, otherwise I might damage even more the boss. So I'm a part of the game where I'm just kind of waiting. And yeah, already given, I think, yeah, it is way too much time given. But the boss is still there, so I'm gonna actually just sell this freezing now, so that the boss is not slowed down anymore. It can just move more quickly towards the bottom. That should be good. I can also unlock this, more damage, very important, because enemies are becoming very hard to destroy. Here we go, nice. Yeah, go down, go down. Alright, so sending Gauss now, getting another Gauss right here, and then placing the next miners. I should be able to max these out, by the way. Yeah, I got enough coins. Here we go, good. Maybe I shouldn't have, yeah, I shouldn't have, actually I'm gonna just sell this one. I just got this one level 7, not level 10, so that was my bad. So I used an ability there to be able to handle the enemies. I saw too many enemies incoming, so that wasn't good. And I'm gonna get another splash here, very important, to help with the overall damage. Gauss upgraded, I forgot to upgrade it. But I should level up quite quickly. So yeah, it's like BTD Battles defense mode. Okay, yeah. I played just a little bit of that game. I don't really enjoy the fact that I cannot have my time to sit down to think about the strategy, and also because of the fact that most of the times there always will be a strategy or a couple strategies that always are super good, are super powerful, and you're gonna always end up like using those same strategies over and over. So it kind of maybe makes it lose the fun. I guess it happens for every single tower defense game. You know, there are some towers which are objectively better than others, so you might end up always using the same. But yeah, you know, especially when you have to do things quickly, you have to react, stuff like that. I like to sometimes to just sit down to enjoy a little bit more time thinking. But yeah, thanks for the suggestion. It's called Random Dice Defense. Okay. But the fact is that random dice already, is there like any randomness to it? So that might not be that good. Once I get the ultimate here from this splash, I feel a lot more confident about like upgrading the miners and yeah, not really having an issue there. So level 17 here, the core. You can see that I'm getting the upgrades at the exact same timing as before. The only difference is that now I have these two overloads, which I've been able to keep. Sometimes, if you're not careful, there might be one or two enemies that can sneak past and they're gonna destroy your overload, so you're gonna be losing the stack. So you're gonna be needing to activate them again if you want to keep having the extra speed and the extra benefits, you know, from it. Yeah, still being able, but it's like kind of tougher and tougher, even to create the mines from the flying enemies. Sometimes I see that I'm not creating that many. Level 10 here. Alright, good. Anti-air, super important. Like if I wouldn't have anti-air here, I couldn't do this. It would be impossible to survive. Anti-air, the amount of damage it's actually doing with the mines, it's just insane. This is why I'm surviving. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to survive. With the amount of research I have, it wouldn't be possible. Here we go, I got the other tower here. So I just need to get the starting coins per minute and the last ultimate. That's what I need. Okay, so there is some RNG Shadow Blade, but there is also a lot of skill, so it depends a lot on your towers and which ones you use and so forth. So I'll take it. There we go. Boom. Last one. Last one. Remember, you just want to maximize loot. And then 46 minutes, same as before. Selling this left Gauss. Boom. Modifier, and then upgrading the left splash on level 9. Very important, because of the extra amount of enemies that are being spawned, which is insane here. 1.23 thousand per minute. There is also a little bit of a lag, but I can upgrade this splash, this left flash level 10 anyway. Hopefully the FPS will go up. I can also, yeah, here we go. It went lower than 60 for the very simple reason that there are so many enemies in screen that, yeah, the HP I think causes the game to lag a little bit. Does this make any difference? No, I think it's the same. Yeah, here we go. Just maxing out the splash. The boss is right here. It's very easy to see actually. And then 50 and something. Remember, couple seconds. Boom, end the game. So this is my approach. This is how I do with 2 overloads. And my towers are strong enough so that without really changing that much the strategy, other than maybe getting the towers upgraded more or just changing a little bit the timing of things. But you can see that overall it's pretty much the same strategy. So, but with 2 overloads. So you can see here more inferior, of course, more resources, more total enemies killed. So that also means a bit more of green peppers. It's just slightly, but it's a little bit more because the score also goes higher. And that's pretty much it. There isn't any other difference. Remember, even if you use overload, you don't get more loot. So the overload doesn't give you more loot. It just makes it probably for you to get it faster, to get it more quickly, to exhaust it more quickly because you're spawning more enemies. So that's the only difference, I think. So yeah, and you can see here 953, a little bit lower than 10 minutes, and I can reset it for free. So I can now get an additional time where I can find these very nice items that I can buy for resources. I normally buy every single item that I find for resources, unless it's like Scholar, which I always seem to run out of pretty quickly. And also I don't collect that much on 6.3, but other resources I get pretty reasonably enough, and so I can always get the rewards from it. It's nice. So that was the second time, right? And yeah, now again, if we just compare the games here, this was the game without overload. You can see your coins gained 6.9 million. With the one with overload is 9 million. So you can see that there is actually, with just 2 overloads, there is a big increase. And therefore you can see the enemies killed with overload was 157,000, without 133,000. And green purpose gain, it was 2 million right here with no overload. With overload was 2 million. Actually, it was almost the same. So it just increased by 30,000, which I think is pretty low. So yeah, I guess it wasn't that relevant. Score from 41 million almost to like 50.3 million. So the score increased a lot, but the green purpose didn't. I don't know why. So that's interesting. But yeah, without overload, you can see here resources gained around 100,000. With overload, 128.6 thousand. So of course, everything resource is gonna be higher because of that. And even the damage dealt total, you can see here without overload, it was 21 billion, like 21.9 billion damage. And the total damage dealt was 41 billion. With overload, it was well higher, 22.2 billion, and then 57.1 billion. So especially the total damage dealt increased by a lot. Like the damage dealt itself wasn't from 21.9 billion to 22.2, so it wasn't just like, it was 0.3 billion more, but the total damage dealt was a lot higher. And I think this is because of the fact that unfortunately these stats, like if you look at anti-air, see here the damage, this is not taking into consideration the damage from the mines. So when you place mines and enemies then receive damage from the mines themselves, it's not counted. I don't know why, but it's not really counted. The kills are counted, but the damage is not counted. So that's kind of weird. So that's why you can see here that anti-air killed most of the enemies, but the damage was low because the damage of the mines is not counted here. So I don't know if it's a bug or if it's intended to be like this. And that's why you can see that the increase of total damage dealt, this actual number considers the mines damage, which is not instead listed otherwise. So that's just, I think that's the main reason. That's the main difference. Even here, there is a difference of like almost 19 billion damage here between these two. And in this one it was a lot higher. It was like, yeah, 35 billion difference. So yeah, the playing time was almost the same. No, so as I said before, I reached a point where with the research I can somehow handle it. And yeah, it just depends on what you want. You know, if you wanna maybe change a bit strategy, I've been kind of doing with Overload because again, it's pretty okay. It's pretty simple. I don't risk too much with only 2 overloads, and so I end up I've been using overloads for that reason. And so yeah, that's just why. And yeah, let's do 1.613 one more time, and then I'm gonna be selling a cast map for prestige tickets. So yeah, I think also this particular game here, Infinitode 2, it might be like what I found is that especially by playing the daily quest, how effective like every single tower is kind of useful in its own way, you know. So like you can't have in this game, like there isn't a tower that you can say, yeah, this tower is actually useless and I will never use it, or there is no scenario where I don't use it. They're always useful. And yeah, in certain combos, in certain maps, they're even better than others because of the fact that the different enemies, right, are gonna have different efficiency on towers. And so many times the fact is that you might be playing on a level where you have particular types of enemies which are tough that are gonna kind of force you, or you're gonna be better off if you do place and you do use a certain type of tower, which you might not always use, or generally speaking, it might not be the best. But in that particular scenario, it is, you know, for those enemies, for that particular combo of enemies. So yeah, that's nice. So that's why I like this game. It doesn't have that many towers, if you could think about it, just 16 plus the modifiers, and also different type of enemies. How many enemies there are? Like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 type of enemies plus bosses. So it's not like we're talking here about an insane amount of like enemies and towers, you know, where you have 20, 30 towers with tons of different upgrades. It's very simple. This game is kind of simple, but at the same time, its simplicity, it forces you to a certain approach, and then to use all the towers. So that's the cool thing about having less towers. If you think about like BTD6, oops, here I forgot. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I forgot to upgrade the Crasher, so I ended up having one enemy sneaking through. If you consider like Bloons TD6, right? Bloons TD6, you have so many towers, so many upgrades, so many options that like certain towers are almost never used, or like paths of the towers are almost never used. And why is that? Well, because of the fact that it's just bad. Certain paths are just literally bad, and the Bloons, considering their rank, you know, the fact that they just upgrade in rank, so the Bloons are always the same, but you need more hits, you know. So it's considered like, imagine a single type of enemy that as you kill it, or like has a little bit different properties. Of course, we have camo, we have like lead Bloons, but overall BTD6 is kind of different. It's more like numbers numbers, and then of course the move up class balloons, but it's more kind of intuitive in that sense. And so that's why in that particular game, in my opinion, there are certain paths of towers that you're never going to use, or at least you're not going to use in any serious scenario. Of course, you can use it for fun, or you can use it if you're doing any challenges, but in any serious like gameplay, you will not use them. And the reason for that is because they are objectively like bad or not good. So yeah, you end up not using them. And you have so many, so that's another thing that I think happens with BTD6, is that you have so many towers and so many different upgrades that it becomes like impossible to use all of them. It's literally impossible for the fact that you have so many upgrades that even some towers, like you don't remember what they do, because there might be paths that you almost never use, and so they might be hidden, or maybe you don't even remember. So that's the thing that happens, I think, on games like BTD 6, where you have so many towers and paths that you end up always going for the same ones. So here I got the power and I didn't go for the ultimate. I hope it's not going to be an issue. So as I'm talking here, and that's why you can see, like, on BTD gameplays, yeah, of course there are different like Tower 5 upgrades or certain combos of towers which are good, and you have different ones. But if you think about it, it's always the same ones, right? And especially on chimps, on the harder game modes, you're always going to be relying on certain Tower 5s, which happen. And that's why I think a game like BTD 6, that's why, like, it requires so much here enemies. Oh yeah, they're about to leak, so I'm gonna use this. Here we go, not to lose my overloads. That's why in a game like BTD 5, they're forced, in my opinion, to keep updating it, to keep changing the towers, to keep balancing them, to keep like nerfing them, or they nerf them, or they buff them, or they add more towers, they add more heroes. They are forced to do that because otherwise the gameplay like kind of stalls, right? It's always the same, it's getting repetitive. They know that players are gonna always end up doing the same, or and yeah, so they keep like buffing, nerfing, and it's kind of this battle that happens, in my opinion, like way too often, because again, they're forced to find a way to keep being the game interested, to keep the players, oh, now this upgrade that I was using, oh, is bad, so now I'm forced to use another one, right? Because that one that I used is not as good, or maybe it works only in certain scenarios. And yeah, it's just a different approach, I guess, a different type of game. I like this game because the developer thinks a lot through what he's doing. Let me do this now, see if I can. Enemies leaking here? No? Okay, good. Okay, good. And so you can see here, other than the 1.9 update, where there were a lot of changes, but to the game overall, yes, some towers were buffed, were reworked, and that's fine, but it was just done once on a major update, with many changes incoming even to the gameplay itself. And so, I don't know, it felt different, right? Yes, now towers are different, you need to get up to get suited to the other towers, but overall, the towers stay the same, right? It's not like there were 10 more towers introduced, or like now there is a secondary path that here that you can unlock depending on what you do or which combos you use. The game didn't become complicated in that sense. It kept the core of it being awesome and being like good in a sense, but without the overcomplication of having so many paths, so many options, so many towers that and at the end of the day you end up always doing the same, which is pretty bad in my opinion. So yeah, that's just my take. I know a lot of people will not agree, but yeah, this is just how I see it. Let me just do this. Okay, let me also do this. Okay, that should be good now. Creating now some mines in this right side with explosions. Should limit the amount of enemies I can push through. Yeah, also selling this, getting the Gauss in this bottom left. I probably place it a bit late, but it's fine. The boss is right there, so not an issue. And you can see also in this game, like, it receives not many mini updates. You can see that the towers are not constantly buffed or nerfed or changed or added. The game is pretty stable, and therefore you can really dive deep into the gameplay. You can use to your advantage most towers. You can really learn them, learn their weaknesses, and you know that enemies are the same. They're not changed. And so yeah, I think that it kind of makes a difference. And I prefer, in my opinion, I prefer games such as this one, who stick with less towers, but you kind of have the ability to use all of them in different scenarios, because they're all in their way good. And so you don't have to always rely on the same ones. Here we go, just like that. Okay, so I got here splash. So yeah, as I'm talking here, I'm also playing. Yeah, different games, different public as well. I think BTD6 is, I think it finds a little bit more appeal to like a younger audience than this game. I think this game, even though it can be enjoyed by younger people, but it's very minimalistic. Like, it doesn't have the main effects, some cool stuff happening, and also the research, in my opinion, is much larger than BTD6. BTD6 research is, yeah, it is what it is. Let's just say it like that. And so it's not really, it doesn't make that much impact. You don't have that much freedom with research to unlock your towers, to make them become super strong, like in this gameplay. In this event gameplay, you have the possibility to make every single level in game to be harder, even though the enemies are the same. You just make them harder, just increase the difficulty, from enemies are getting spawned in the portal. And so the game, like, is kind of the same, but it's tougher at the same time. And so you can use the research to make your towers even stronger, or even certain towers, with even more research, they become more strong than towers which maybe with a bit less research, they're better. So that's the cool thing. And unfortunately, this is not done a lot in many other tower defense games, where the gameplay is kind of very dynamic. There is a lot of dynamics with each patch, each update. Towers are changed, balanced, new maps, new mechanics, new heroes, and so everything is always new. You always have to keep learning, and it's a huge dynamic in terms of stimulation. It's very stimulating in a sense, but I think in the other sense it kind of loses maybe its beauty. The game becomes so chaotic that yeah, it just becomes either you always resort to use the meta strategies, because again, with each single patch there are the meta towers, meta strategies, the towers that become stronger, and so everyone seems to be using those ones. There are some towers who, even with the patch changes, they're always kind of strong. But yeah, so enough yapping here. The boss should be in this right area, so let's just do this. Here we go. Level 10 splash, level 10, good. Oh, I forgot to do this as well, to get the last modifier here to gain even more scholar. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. A little bit more of this splash, right? and level a minute 49, and then 10. And yeah, this game has a longer grind. As Shadowblade says here, the grind is so boring. I wouldn't say this boring, it's just like long, and you don't have to grind. Like you can just stop on normal, you can just play little boards. Oops, I played too long. You can just stop it earlier. Like you don't have to do what I'm doing here. You don't have to play a level over and over, or even try to reach max endless research, because remember, getting max normal research I think is much faster and it's much easier to do. So I think that if you have different ways to approach the game. You can approach this, or you can try to go for this, which has a normal research and is kind of a different game. I think that normal and leaderboards and then endless and endless strategies are like two different types of games in my opinion. So you can choose, you know, depending on what you want, what you prefer, what to do, and at the same time you can try your own approach, you know, to the game. You can take it a lot more slowly. You can maybe focus on bidders. You can focus on cast maps, very long games, or maybe short games, you know, I don't know. And so you like the grind itself. If you just approach the game in a way that you say, okay, I want each day to log in to the daily loot, to do the daily quest. I want to, reach all the milestones on all the levels, get all the stars, complete the quest. You have different things that you can do, right, on the game, and still progress slowly over time, and eventually you can, you know, max it out, even if it takes months, maybe years. But everyone, I think, can reach the maximum levels. So I guess it works. But yeah, everyone can approach it as they prefer. I wouldn't call it boring. I would say this maybe repetitive, but just because of the fact that 6.3 is such a huge game, huge level with the mechanics, that like it's so good that that's where you want to do it. If on the next update it's gonna be nerfed, enemies are gonna be spawned differently, and so it's not gonna work anymore, like we're being units in it, then yeah, we might have to find another way. You know, maybe farming stages on 5.5, maybe doing cast maps, maybe, you know, just changing the approach to progress through. So I guess it just depends on that. You know, this particular level is so good that that's why you want to do this. Every other alternative will not be as good. But if you want to try something else, you can. You know, you can go in any level. Once you have enough research, I say, and once you have enough defense, you can just do anything. So yeah, unfortunately this item market was not good. I might even get this this, why not? Because anyway, I will be opening everything now, and I will be selling the cast map. So that's the next phase. Here, boom. Remember, always open the chest from the higher quality to the lower quality. Then you open the keys as well, and the same scenario in the same way. So you go from the higher quality keys to the lower quality keys. And then something that I check here is the bases. If I have good bases that disable research and that makes enemies walk on platforms. I've already started some of them, but I want to see if I gain any new ones. Let's see. So red dot and blue dot. Normally the red dot is a little bit faster to find, so I always look at the red dot and then I see if there is a blue dot close to it. I think I've already started these three. Do I have anything more? I don't think so. Nope. Right, because these ones, this tends to be like bases that do not have any. Yeah. So, how many bases I have? Let's see. 362. Okay, that should be enough. So let's open again here the tabs. Remember, open them from the highest quality to the lower quality. So always first a legendary. and then the epic ones, and then the very rare. So here you have a chance of gaining bases, platforms, and then sources. So that's what you gain pretty much from any tile that you open. Maybe if you go lower on rarity, you might be gaining something else. For example, here see a core, because a core is still legendary. I think you can even gain cores from the legendary tiles, but like the chance is super low. But there is still a chance that you can gain quality, loot quality that is associated with that particular source. You can see here another core. Let's see, very rare. Again, bases, platforms, cores, and sources. I don't think you can earn anything different than this. I'm pretty sure. And then very rare, just rare here. Okay, here we go. Crafting here. Oh, nice. I got 2 legendary ones. So I can sell 2 maps here. And that should work very well. That should allow me to get 1 level more of blue frequency. Here, just making sure I have the correct numbers. 620. I do this so that you can see here, I still got some blueprints left. In case I do some research, in case I use it for anything, I can do the upgrades, you know. I don't consume all the blueprints. It's just something that I do. So, yeah. If you want, you can consume, you can get all of them down. And then... Okay, so here, again, I always leave some. I don't consume all of them. I don't sell all of them. I always leave some in case I do upgrades or stuff like that. 29,800. Around 300 left should be good. And then 29,900 here. Okay, here we go. Gain lots and lots of green peppers. Very important. This is the fastest way, the most efficient way to gain green peppers, by the way. Doing this process of crafting the special 3. Crafting then the blueprint chest, opening it, and then selling the common blueprints. Alright, now let's do the crafting process on platforms. Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip the lowest quality. I'm gonna jump straight away into the very rare platforms here to craft. And then going up. In these cases, you wanna start from lower tier and going to the higher tiers in terms of quality, right? So when you open chests, you open keys, you open tiles, you're gonna start from legendary, and then you're gonna decrease in terms of quality. When instead you're doing this crafting process, you're gonna start always from lower quality into the higher quality. Well, it also depends on what you are trying to achieve with the particular crafting, but most of the cases you're gonna start from lower quality into the higher quality. All right, here we go. Nice. Lots and lots of platforms. Wow, 92 here, 97. Nice. Very good. Almost 100 here. Wow, 107. It costs tons of green peppers to do this. You can see here 1 million, 1.1 million just to get all these platforms crafted. But this is by far the most efficient method to spend green peppers on. You want to spend them for this because this gives you like prestige tickets, you know. And this gives you a lot of prestige tickets. Doing the process here of spending green peppers for this, say for this 20 chests, I think the amount spent with the value that you get from them is very low. So you don't want to do that instead. I did it at the beginning, then I realized it wasn't the best. So let's save here just in case something happens. And boom. So this is going to be the first map. Normally first map sold, I just place the platforms. Going from, yeah, whatever quality. I like to do this from left to right, like this, but I've seen some people like doing this, you know, doing from top bottom. It just depends on what you prefer, how comfortable you are with the mouse, you know, going up, down, or going left, right. So yeah, it just depends on what you prefer, I guess. I have one here that before I touched. Yeah. So yeah, whatever you prefer that works for you, just go for it. This is a process that it's quite fast though, like compared to then the second map solved, which normally takes more time for the very simple reason that you have to select the sources, you have to look at them and so forth. But this first map solved should be much quicker. So let's create here the path. I'm gonna create it right there. Base, it's gonna be here. I'm gonna have a source here, core. Okay, just making sure I got everything set up. And I wasn't even able to get all the platforms down. I filled everything, the entire map. I have it as large as possible. It's like 32 here, times 32. It's the maximum you can get from research. And it's still not enough to get all these platforms down. So I just need one source here. Oh, actually I messed up because of the fact that like enemies are gonna try to do this. So I have to, yeah, I have to place it like this in an, I have to change. I have to move this here. I have to place the core right here. No, wait. Core here. Alright, and then, yeah. Sorry, I just messed up here a little bit the positioning. Just look at the bases that I have highlighted. 140% portal. Yeah, just like that. Otherwise, enemies are gonna cut short from the other side. So if I had done it right there, enemies would have cut short from the other side. So they wouldn't have gone through or close to my crusher. So of course I had to do that. You always need to like place this map here in a corner, so enemies cannot go around it. Oops. All right, placing the teleports now. Oops. Okay. We go super simple. So I place it in the other way compared to how I normally place it, but it should still work. Remember, the base has to disable research and makes enemy walk on platforms, but not only giving you 1 HP in terms of lives, because sometimes if you're unlucky with RNG, some enemies might sneak through, but if you only have 1 life, you're going to lose automatically, so you might not be able to reach the 4000 score to get the maximum benefits and the maximum prestige tickets. So yeah, just make sure you don't do that. Here we go. That was the first map solved. So let's go for the second one. Again, I'm gonna place it, in this case, how I normally place it, on the other side. Like this. These last platforms here have a kind of a lower value in terms of, like, they're worth 240, the lowest one. So if I see that I have way too many sources, like sources that would give me a lot more value, and that I don't have any more room to place them, actually I'm gonna place them on top of these platforms because they are worth less. Like that. This one should be a lot of value. Always look for the sources that only have 2 types of sources inside. That helps. Only 1 type of source, like this one, or 2, like this one. Normally that's a pretty high value, should be a pretty high value, even if you don't look at the actual numbers. Alright, so you can see here that already this process is longer for the simple reason that I have to take a look here to find the sources and to place them. And of course, this takes time. So it's not like the platforms, which is just click, drag, and boom, super easy. Here. Okay, good. Oh, nice. 54 of these ones. Oops. Whatever. Okay, now I'm gonna have to start paying attention to the cost because I'm getting lower and lower in terms of value. And I don't wanna play stuff that's too low value first. So, 237, yeah, that should be fine. This is 219, 28, yeah, that's not that good. 243, yeah, this is good. I don't know if you can see that because of the camera. You may be able to. The camera might be close to it though. So, oops. This one should be worth a lot. So let's place all of them. This one is 261, yeah, still. This one should be worth a lot. Also this one. This is 271, yeah. Now, I have still these ones, I think. 100% vector sources, which are worth more than 240. Yeah, here. And then let's see, I have this 218, 231. Yeah, it's already less than 240, right? Have I missed anything up here? Just a quick check. I only look at the bottom left side as I'm clicking here and going through these ones. But even if it's just a little bit, it will not make that much difference. Even if it's just a little bit of difference, I guess. You can just 219 here. I can just place 229. Yeah, these ones were worth two. Where are they? Yeah, here, 231. Yeah, let's place these ones. Why not? And then I have even left. Okay, so core. Boom, base, and I have one start, so I should be able to find it quite easily. And portal, here we go. Yeah, normally I don't place any more barriers because like they give very little value, and yeah, so it shouldn't make a difference in terms of prestige tickets. Maybe, you know, 10, 15 more tickets. Here we go. Score obtained. Should be like 2100, 2300. Okay, better. Boom, selling. Here we go. 2 maps sold. As I always say, second one, unfortunately, because of just the nature of sources, it takes longer. But here we go. Level 75 now, low frequency. So I need 18 more levels. 18 more levels until I reach 93. So let's save. And now, if you guys do not have any other comments or questions, you know, about the game, about grinding, about stats, stuff like that, I'm gonna just directly jump into 613 again. But what I'm gonna do here, because I have enough rarity tickets, I'm gonna try to see what happens if I play for shorter. I've reached a reasonable amount of low frequency now, 75. So I want to see, okay, let's compare. Oh yeah, because I will not be able to compare it because, I mean, I have to go a lot further up away to compare it. But so this is one game, 6.3, right? That lasted well, this one it lasts a little bit more, but normally it should be around 50 minutes and 7 seconds. So that's a real playing time of 12 minutes 43. And I was able to obtain, in terms of earnings, this. Considering, you know, RNG. Now, what about I do a gunplay, one single gunplay, where I'm gonna activate all the loot icons and I'm gonna try to maximize the loot, but I'm gonna be placing a lot less miners, less towers, and I'm gonna play for shorter. So instead of playing for 50 minutes here, with speed level 3, I can try to play for 1/4 of it. So it should be like 12 minutes in-game time, right? Around 12 minutes in game time. Maybe I can go up to level 13. And so I want to play less in-game time. Let's try to see and then compare the loot. I'm gonna do it here live with you. This is the very first time I'm trying it. Unfortunately here there is bonus info that I could earn, but I have enough, whatever. I will still be using overload here, but I will be activating all these icons to be able to see properly what's going on. And now, with this, I can, let me see, research here. I have reset it, right? No, I don't. So I can reset tensor here, or maybe I can just play with tensor, whatever. So saling, I place a tensor on this scalar miner. Then I just need to hold on to survive. So I can just place Crusher here, and maybe just a freezing, right? I will not be playing long, so I don't need to make the path for the boss to be super long. I don't care about that. And then maybe here splash. And yeah, let's go. Let's try. Let's try. So because I will be playing for, like, let's try to play for 1/4 of the time. So let's try to play for 13 minutes, right? Less than 13 minutes. And let's see what happens. Now here, because of the decreased, yeah, probably I'm gonna play for more. I think I'm gonna play for like 18 minutes. I'm not gonna go drastically low in terms of time. I'm gonna still wanna play for enough time so that my loot gets kind of increased in terms of rarity. But here I'm gonna go right away for the should have gone for the coins generated here per minute, but whatever, so that I could get even more. But this should be fine. It's just a testing, so not anymore going for the enemy speed reduction, of course, because you're not gonna be playing enough to reach the flat coins and then to progress through. So let's just go for top first upgrade, top right one, and then I'm gonna go for this right path right here, so that I can unlock even more mining speed from the core itself. It's gonna cost coins, but it should be good. And then so let's wait. Let's see the core here, level 4. Maybe yeah, I don't know. Maybe when I reach, like, the core is level 5, I'm gonna get 2 overloads again. And then see what happens. Maybe just one overload. Right, because I don't want to upgrade this Crusher. So I'm gonna just get it one. Also later on, I want my splash to be able to handle all these enemies super efficiently. Alright. So core level 5, 1 overload. And then with the core level 7 maybe? Core level 7, getting placing Inferior. And then upgrading as much as I can, upgrading also Splash, and then getting all the loot that was stored there. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Then with the remaining coins, I might get this additional mining speed. The first 3 levels are super cheap and already gives you a little bit of an extra bonus. And I can also sell this miner actually for 92 coins. It's not that much. So level 7 here, boom. So inferior miner. Let's sell this one now. Let's upgrade it level 3. Yeah, that's the maximum I can. And level 5. Is it enough for the enemies? I guess it is. Coins per minute here. You can see that the loot has already been exhausted almost. It gave a ton of it at the beginning, but then it got exhausted. And 2600 here. Yeah, the upgrades are quite expensive though. So I want to just reach level 4 here. Ultimate. Should make it easy now. And then let's just get some of these upgrades more from the core. Mining speed. And yeah, like this I will keep playing until like maybe 18 minutes. Wait, if I play 50 minutes, if I just do it divided by 3, right? How much is that? I think it's like a little bit less than 17, right? So I'm gonna play actually until 16 30. Even though I'm still earning loot here. Yeah, I'm still earning loot. That's bad though. That's bad because that means that I could potentially still earning it. So if I stop now, I'm gonna be kind of wasting, the loot. But it's of course less. 19 here, 18. Yeah, I don't know. Let's get here coins per minute, which again should give me a little bit more loot, if I remember correctly. And I got the mining speed core maxed out. So yeah, let's just do this. Let's try to play for... when I see that loot doesn't come anymore, I'm gonna just stop playing, I guess. So still earning it. So just from one single miner, I'm gonna keep upgrading the miner. And also splash a little bit more. Yeah, let's see with this setup how much I can go. If anything, at 25 minutes, which is exactly half time, I'm gonna stop. And then I'm gonna compare. Again, as I said before, because of the fact that if on 6.3 here, if you get more miners, if you upgrade them, if you place more towers, you get more ultimate, it seems that you're generating more loot, even more. Playing like this, I don't think is such a good idea. I think you get a lot less loot. But again, practice and tests are required for this theory to be tested if it's true or not. So yeah, I've done everything here. For level 8, 24 minutes, so it's getting approaching here halfway time. And yeah, I think I'm gonna just play until 25 because I keep earning here loot. And unfortunately, yeah, 23, 25, 4. Let's see, it's exactly half of 58. So this is the loot I got. Now this, especially the tiles, I have to compare it with the amount I got from previously from the run on 6.3 where I played for 50 minutes and 8 seconds, which is roughly double. So it should be, I don't know, not this one I think, but this one, right? Yeah. Now let's check. Beat this, I don't care. I just care about like tiles, sources, platforms, things that can give me prestige tickets that are worth that. So let's add the platform, the tiles here. So I got 24 plus 30 is 54, plus 53 is 107, plus 18, which is 121, right? Tiles. 50 minutes and 8 seconds of game time. 121 tiles. If I go to now, this one here, I got 20 plus 27, which is 47, plus 22, which is 69, plus 6, so which is 75. So I got 75 tiles compared to the 121, which is more than half, even though I played for half time. So in terms of tiles, it seems that I got more. So I didn't got half, I got more than half. So that's the first comparison. Then let's take a look here at the keys. Well, 47 keys. Of course, Infinitode is going to be a lot less. But let's see the sources. Here I obtained 0 sources directly. I got 2 bases here, 3, 4 bases, actually 5. So 5 bases total. No sources, and then platforms I got 2, 3 is 5, 7, 8, 9, 12, 14, 15. So no sources, 47 keys, 5 bases, and 47, right? Platforms? No, wait, not 47. I forgot. 5, 10, 15, 16, right? 16, or 15. 15 or 16 platforms. So let's check the other one. It was this one, right? Yeah. So here I go, 53 keys. So keys is pretty equal, right? 47 versus 53, almost, it's not different. Then here I got actually 2, 5, 8, 10 sources directly from the loot itself. I got 3 chests, which I haven't got any before. I got also 3 lucky wheel tickets and 2 rarity tickets, which I got 0 before. I got 1 base, and that's it. So I got 5 before, and now I got 1. So that's interesting. I got more when I played for less time. And then in terms of platforms, yeah, I can already see that it's gonna be less because it's 9, 3 is 12, 17, 18, 23, 26, 27, 30, 32. 32 platforms versus, it was 16, right? 15, 16. So platforms is almost like it's linear. So if you play for half time, you're gonna get half platforms. Kind of. Of course, it's always random because it's always loot, RNG that changes, but that's interesting. And then something else, 23 here. Oh, I forgot to see the special 4 blueprints. I got 23 here. And instead on the latest one, I got 17. So again, even there isn't that much difference. I got actually a lot more. So, in terms of platforms, bases seem to be random. I think that rather than bases, I could have earned like tickets. Completely okay with that. Keys, almost the same. Tiles, actually, like by playing half, right? I'm playing half time and I'm earning almost the same amount of keys. More than half of the tiles. More than half of the special blueprints. Pretty much half of the platforms. More bases, but again, I think that's just random. So I think the bases also would be pretty much similar. No sources though, so I didn't earn any sources here. I didn't earn any tickets. And I didn't earn any chests. So that's the idea. By playing shorter. So is it good though? If I do 2 gameplays like this, and I compare it, am I actually earning more prestige tickets by doing this, or am I earning less? Now I would say, first of all, because of the fact that I cannot reset here the other market, because again there is still time that needs to pass. So I will not be able to reset it every time. I'm gonna need 2 gameplays to be able to reset it. But again, in terms of actual time, it might be the same. So at the end of the day, it's not really changes. So is it worth it? I have to see if I actually get more rarity tickets. If I start earning 1 or 2 tickets, even on the short run, so I can self-sustain here, then it's fine. But if I don't know if it's worth it. Not just for the, It's not just for the rarity tickets, but also for like sources. Getting none here is not ideal. I'm getting more than half of the tiles though. So is this a fluke? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna test the theory by very simply playing again, right? Boom, crusher, freezing, splash, just like that. Boom. So I'm gonna test my theory again by very simply playing again on 6 and 3. All the research is the same. Again, the rarity ticket, I have many of those. So let's test again. Let's do another run and let's compare the 2 runs between them actually. So I wanna minimize the RNG. If I play more, if I play the same strategy, I just do it multiple times, then I can start evaluating the place of RNG, the place of oh, maybe in this particular run I got super lucky, right? And I earn lots of, I don't know, tiles because I got lucky, but in all the other runs I didn't. So by doing multiple of them, you can then reduce the bias and you can kind of have a more clear idea of what's going on, what's happening, and what you're actually earning. So let's just play again. I'm gonna wait for the core to reach level 5 to use the overload as I did before. So I'm gonna do everything exactly as before. Then in terms of upgrades, I think I got the miner like level 3. Then I got my splash level 5. Then I got the miner level 4. Then I upgraded the core. Mining speed here. And then I kept just upgrading the miner and splash accordingly as I was getting the extra coins. So yeah, let's see. At the end of the day, like I'm spending like the same amount of time, right? Because one single gameplay longer or 2 shorter gameplays, at the end of the day, is if you're playing for the same time, it's the same time. But I'm comparing the results. So what I'm earning if I play for shorter. No, wait. I placed the miner at level 7 of the core, right? So yeah, I got mistaken. So I get when the core gets level 7, not level 5. Yeah, I got it wrong. So thankfully I realized I sold the miner right away. So at the end of the day, it's about efficiency, you know, which gives you the highest amount of loot, and therefore the highest amount of prestige tickets in the same amount of time, playing it shorter or playing it for longer. So that's the question that I'll try to answer. And yeah, let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, my bad. I should have gone with overload at core level 5, right? Overload core level 5 and then the miner level 7 the core. Yeah, my bad. I have to do it again. Otherwise the risk is variable, which is gonna be huge. So yeah, sorry about that. I just realized that it was level 5 the core, it was overload, not the infinite miner. Yeah, my bad. My bad. Okay, so let's see. Again, RNG may be even different now in terms of loot, items obtained. Thankfully, you can always do restart, and all the tickets that you spend are always going to be refilled. So you're not going to be wasting tickets by doing a restart. So that's fine. Yeah, I got confused. If I remember correctly, before 1.9 update, I still have the series on YouTube, so you can check that particular progression out. I remember distinctively that once you get past like level 70, 72 of loot frequency, it actually was better to play shorter. Like it was more efficient. You were able to earn more loot and like consistently more prestige tickets from that loot if you played shorter. So in the same amount of time, by playing more times shorter gameplays, you I earned more loot. So I remember distinctively that was the case. But with the changes of 1.9, I'm not so sure that that's actually the case now. Because of the fact that by placing more miners, upgrading the towers, getting abilities, and all that seems to be giving more loot, and even the core itself, some upgrades seem to be giving more loot. Actually, I'm gonna get overload here, right? And then I'm gonna go for coins generated per minute right away, so I get even more coins here. So rather than going for this upgrade, I'm gonna first get this, and then I'm gonna get that one. So again, it's gonna be a slight difference compared to before, but yeah, let's see. I think this is more efficient. And it shouldn't really change that much the loot itself, because it's just the order of things. Score just affects the green peppers, doesn't affect the loot, so shouldn't be a problem. Okay, let's place here the modifiers. Alright, core level 6. Let's wait for level 7. Place Inferior here. And then let's play until like 25, right? 2504 it was the time. Alright, let's get ready here. Core. Boom, Inferior. Let's get this one as well. Level 3 and level 5. 6 actually, Splash. I think it was level 6. Selling this as well. No, wait. Then getting level 4 on the miner first, and then getting the core. So yeah, I'm doing slight mistakes, slight different things. Again, I hope they will not affect that much the outcome. You want to do things as similarly as possible in order to compare the results. Level 4 here, then I got level 3 here. I remember this distinctively. Then I got the ultimate from Splash. And then I just kept increasing Inferior as I was gaining more coins. So I think that's what I did. Each level here of Inferior is going to give you a lot more of base speed and so of total enemy spawned. Instead, this speed right here is gonna just give you a little bit off. So, yeah, level 5 here. Let's get this one now. Here, good. Then let's go level 6, and then let's max out the core. So let's see if with these changes, again, just another game, and then comparing the loot. And let's go for this. This should give me more loot as well. Level 6 here. Good. I'm still able to destroy the enemies, so that's fine. Yeah, I had to upgrade my splash because some enemies were able to sneak through. My bad, I guess. Here. Okay. Last 4 minutes. Even if I damage a bit the boss, it's not an issue. So yeah, just doing some tests with you guys live to see what happens. I'm also very curious to see now the changes on RNG. Like, I got my splash up with more compared to before. So I'm getting these upgrades slightly later. But at the same time I'm destroying the enemies faster, so yeah, let's see. Should be able to get a level 8, I think. Should be able to get enough coins. Yeah, here we go. Before, did I got level 8? Did I got it? I don't remember. Yeah. And then 2504, I'm gonna stop. Maybe this time I've seen more legendary stuff happening. Legendary icons appearing. Here we go, 04. Okay, so I have the results here, so I can compare them right away. I have one gameplay and then the other one right off. So in terms of Inferior here, I got I got more now. So what did I do differently? I don't remember. Maybe because before, like, I was talking, so maybe I didn't got the upgrades right away. Maybe that's the difference in terms of Infer. But then, let's see here. So let's compare the results. Keys here, I got 38. Here I got 47. So you can see already keys is kind of random. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. Now let's sum up the tiles. 32 plus 15 is 47. 47 plus 41. Wait, really? 47 plus 41. That's 88. 88 plus 4. 92. Wait a second. Before, was it like 70 before? 92? 20, 27. That's like 42. That's 71. That was 77 actually before. 77 versus 92. That seems kind of a big gap. Okay. Special 4 blueprints, it was kind of the same. 17 versus 18. Here I got 1 ticket, but I got less bases. I think I only got 2 bases, 1 and 2. I also got 1 chest. So I think that bases, chests, tickets are kind of the thing that changes up. Sometimes you get more, sometimes you get less. Sometimes you change the type of what you earn. I also got 1 source. You know, here I got 0 sources. Here I got 1. And then let's count the platforms. I got 3, 6, 10, 17, 21, 22. So I got more, right? I got 22 compared to 5, 7, 8, 9, 12, 14, 15. So 22 versus 15. Okay. So there is definitely some variability. Again, here I didn't do things exactly as before. So I have to, again, I should test it as I did it the second time, which in my opinion was already a little bit more efficient. No, this is bad, so I'm not gonna buy it. Unfortunately, no good buys on the other market. Refresh. That's sad. But if I just compare it to before, the main difference seems to be tiles. Like even if you play for shorted, you play half time, but you get lots of tiles. Less rarity tickets, that's something. Less sources as well. Platforms also, it seems that I'm earning more than half, even if I'm playing for half time. So I think that maybe that's kind of RNG. But yeah, it seems that like in 2 gameplays that I play with shorter runs, I'm earning more. Like if you consider here all these tiles, right? I got 90, how many here? 47, 92, right? So I got 92 tiles here, plus 77. So 92 plus 77 is 169, right? 77, yeah. So 100 and, oh wait, 77 plus 92, 150. No, 169, yeah, 169. I don't know why I'm doubting myself. 169 compared to, if I just consider that single gameplay, this one, I got a 120, right? 121, it was something like that. So it's more tiles. In 2 gameplays, same total time, I earn more tiles by doing 2 shorter runs than by doing just 1. So that's one thing. Then in terms of like sources and especially rarity tickets, it seems that I'm earning less. Because in 2 runs I got 0 tickets, and well, here I got a total of 5. Before I got just one lucky wheel ticket, and also here I got 3 chests. Before I got only 1. But I think chest is just random. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. If I compare it, for example, this previous run, you can see here that I got only, well, again, it was 5 tickets, but this was done with overload, right? Yeah, this was overload. This was no overload. Let's see the tiles though. 36. This is 52, right? 52, 73, 93, 102. So here it was even less tiles. It was 102 tiles total. It was 2, 3, 4 sources. 22 here, 72 keys. Then how many platforms? 6. 10, 20, 27, 29, 32, 35, 36, 39. 39 platforms. Okay, so even like these two gameplays here, no overload and overload, there were a little bit of differences. With overload, it seems I'm earning more tiles even. So yeah, that's interesting. It seems that like it's less good to earn rarity tickets, these shorter runs, but it's definitely seemed to be worth in terms of like tiles. It looks like I'm actually earning more tiles if I play like this. And yeah, I don't know. The rarity tickets though could be an issue, because if I keep playing like shorter like this and I earn nothing, then eventually I'm gonna run out. So I will be forced every now and then, like once I have 3 tickets, 2 tickets, to play one time longer so that I can earn those tickets more. And then I can keep playing shorter. So I think I'm gonna have to mix probably shorter and longer. But in terms of platforms, there isn't that much different. Actually, I'm earning more platforms if I consider both gameplays. If I play shorter, I'm earning also more tiles if I play shorter. Keys also, it seems that I'm earning more keys. Actually here, you know what? Other than getting this, I could go right away for 2 levels of coins per minute, and then I could go for this. Because I will not be placing anyway a miner until like the core reaches level 7. So that's also another tweak, another thing they could do different. That could potentially give me some better stats. Okay, so that's interesting. So once again, shorter gameplays seem like you're I know, you're getting the loot a bit more, and so you're not like diluting it over time, but you're getting it right away. And it seems that it's giving a bit more in terms of tiles, platforms, which are things that directly are related, to custom maps. Seems to give me more. Then it's like less chests. Well, it looks like less chests. Here is it level 5? Yeah. Overload. 1 overload here. Less sources. Less tickets. Keys more. Yeah, more keys. So it's more keys, is even more special 5 blueprints also. More tiles. Yeah, I don't know. I have to really see if it's worth it. Like, if I just compare, for example, if I do how much value I can sell a cast map if I play 6.3 for the longest strategy 2 times, which would mean 4 times of the short runs where I'm just playing for half time, right? So I would need to play like in this way 4 times, and then actually compare the let's just go level 5 now, and then compare the actual loot, the actual maps, like how much value I can get from the maps. Yeah, I forgot about selling that one. You also need to sell the top miner when you place the inferior one. So level 4 here. Yeah, level 5 seems to be fine on Splash. Then going for first 3 levels here. Here, ultimate, very important. So that should not make me need to upgrade even more Splash, so I can get this inferior level 5 sooner now. And you can see that like I'm not spending money on any other thing. I'm just spending it on the miner, on Splash, and on the upgrades here. Level 5. So let's go here for the core, I guess. Here. I also got Splash level 6. Seems to be enough now. Then let's go with the minor level 6. Actually here, I can wait for get the coins generated per minute here, as quickly as I can. So yeah, the goal here is to, I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna try to do 4 times actually, these short runs, which translated, it would be like playing 2 times the longer run, then opening all the chests, keys, tiles, crafting everything, and then selling a cast map, and then seeing the actual value. So if I got more platforms, I got a higher value, or if the value was kind of the same, so it wasn't, there wasn't that much difference. Level 7 here. Oh, thankfully there was the crusher here that held the enemies, so that's also something that I need to remember. Even if an enemy sneak through, I have still crusher here. So I don't need to upgrade the splash as much as I thought I had. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna do this testing after I finish the stream, or maybe I can do it in the stream, because I just need to play one more time here. Yeah, on these kind of runs. Of course, the first one was kind of the test, so probably wasn't the best, the most efficient one, but anyway, should work. One more time, and then let's just compare the results. Yeah. Seems legit. Level 8 here. Or let's go for level 8 splash. And considering I will not get any other upgrades, I can actually just max out splash, so that I can destroy these enemies as quick as I can. And then just playing until 25:04. Yeah. So yeah, let's see. I'm gonna just compare very briefly these results from this gameplay to the previous ones. 04, here we go. And yeah, I got 1 ticket now. 1 ticket. So again, let's just compare quickly. 30, 14, so that's 44. 48? Yeah, and that's a lot less now. That's 69 tiles. So I don't know why here in this gameplay I got so many. You know? I got like 32 plus... I got like 90, more than 90 tiles here. I think it was very weird what happened here. And then here, again, I got less. So I got 44... yeah, 69, right? So I got 69 tiles. Here, these blueprints were pretty much the same. Keys was a bit less. I got 1 rarity ticket, again 1 chest. I got 2 sources. I got no bases now, but maybe because I've reached the cap, right? Let me check, but I think I reached the cap. That's why I'm not earning any more bases. Almost. 479, almost reached the cap. Then platforms here, I got 2, 5, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18. 18 platforms, a little bit less. So, yeah, I think it's just random. Like, the high quality loot, like the legendary drops, are so random that sometimes this can happen where you get tons of tiles and then you go back to normal, you know, which should be, I think it's around 70. Around 70 is the normal, because in the first one here, I also earned around 70, right? It was like 49, 69, yeah, 75 it was here. So 75, 69 here. So I guess this was an exception. So earning more than 90 was like very weird. But then I got the ticket. So at the same time I earned something that's very important, that's very useful overall. So yeah, let's just do it one more time. Again, I'm gonna do the little tweak of now going for the first 2 upgrades here. No, wait, I messed up. It's not matrix, I need to place tensor, yeah. Also here, I didn't place anti-air. Before I placed freezing, which is 42 coins rather than 21. Before I think I placed anti-air, so I did that mistake out of habitude, so I'm gonna, again, keep it. It worked well, so start. Again, so I'm trying to find some small adjustments, some small improvements in the run. But again, RNG seems to be a kind of a big factor here. Again, I'm not really like if you compare the second game to the third game, I didn't really do much different, right? It was almost the same, I think. Maybe a little bit of tweaks, just some changes, but it was very, very similar. So it's just a chance, of having the legendary drops, the higher quality drops, rather than the lower qualities. I guess that's the only explanation I can find on the massive like tiles difference. 75, then I got like 91, then back to 69. So yeah, let's do this now. Let's just wait. Core level 4, let's go right away for the double level on the coins per minute, and then let's go to the right path. Also because I don't place the miner until the core reaches level 7, so it's anyway, even if I get this one later on, it's still the same. So yeah, here we go. Let's get it as quick as possible. Boom, nice. So next time, level 5, I have to remember about overload, so I'm gonna already click it. I'm gonna already prepare it. So with this gameplay, it should be around the time that it took me to complete 2 times the longer strategy. So I see now how it works. Let's reach here core level 5 and overload. Boom, nice. And let's get with this one, and then at core level 7 I'm gonna go for the Infer Miner. So placing the Infer Miner, and also I have to sell this Tensor Miner right away. So I don't want to have both miners at the same time, I just want to have one. Yeah, let's see. Just interesting. You can see how guys, even by testing the same level, doing almost the same things, but the outcome, the results, the loot is always like changing. And it doesn't change just by a little margin, because if it only changed by a little margin, you could justify it by RNG, right? But when it changes by that much of a margin, because like getting 20 tiles more, legendary tiles, I think it's a pretty significant difference. Especially when you're earning like 70, right? 20 more than 70 is like almost 1/4 more, so it's a lot. There we go. Boom. 1, 2, 3, and going for this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, nice. Good. So yeah, especially like all this loot here that I got super quickly, I think that also depends on the quality, right? If I get the chance and I get more legendary stuff, that's of course more tiles at the end of the game. I don't know. Maybe because tiles are always counted like together. It's counted like 2 tiles for every legendary icon that you see. It's like 2 tiles. It's not just 1 base 2. Maybe. I don't know. So ultimate here, 3 levels on the core, on the mining speed. Yeah, let's go with the Inferior here, the miner level 5. I have Crusher now. I have to remember they have Crusher, so I don't have to worry. Even if enemies can sneak past, Crusher should be able to handle them. So it's just about getting here the braids, level 5. Good. More mining speed here. Nice. Now I'm gonna go for splash level 6. You can see now that I can see that like I'm earning kind of like more legendary items. I see more of the cyan blue appearing from the enemies. Then here, for example, no, just very rare and an epic. There we go, boom, that one. Coins per minute, and then here miner level 6. Then let's go for the core. 4,000. Is it worth it, or is it just better to go for the? I think it's better if I go for the Infer Miner here. It's only gonna cost like 2.6 thousand more coins. But it gives a lot more value. So I think I'm gonna go first the miner. Level 7. Yeah, splash level 7, and now the core. because this upgrade is 8800 now, so it's more than double. So I guess it justifies getting this one first. So again, I'm trying to find little tweaks, guys, little improvements on the run to see if it actually works for the best. But these small tweaks, again, I don't think it affects like loot itself or the quality of it. It just affects maybe if I can get a little bit of upgrade sooner, so maybe get a bit more coins, spawning more enemies, stuff like that. Again, that should be it. I will not be able to get the next upgrade, so I can just max out this splash now. Again, to just maximize and to kill all these enemies as quickly as possible. That's how towers look like when you disable here. So when you see the map a little bit different. And 2504. Again, even if I'm earning loot, I'm gonna just stop. Alright, let's see. That was the last gameplay. So here I earned not many bids, so I hope that that translates into better overall, loot. So here I got 6 Lucky Wheel tickets. Okay, that was completely random. Again, let's just compare briefly. 30, 46. This is 73. And again, I earned 87 tiles. Again, tiles were increased in this gameplay. 87 again, compared to like the 69 or before, right? It's not that much as the 92, but it's still pretty close. 36 keys. Keys are kind of consistent, like sometimes less, sometimes more, but it's kind of around 35, 36. Then here in this case, I got more sources. I got 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 sources. 25 of the special 4. Okay, a little bit more, kind of the same. Then these 6 tickets random, no bases, no chests in this case. So I guess rather than getting 1 chest, 1 ticket, 1 base or a couple bases, I only got all the tickets again, like that. And then platforms here 2, 4, 9, 17, 22, 25, 26. Wait, what? 28, 31. 31 platforms? Just like that? Compared to the like 20 of here? 16 of the first one? It's almost double. Again, I think it's just RNG. I don't know. Yeah, if you guys have any clearer idea why there is this kind of a big change, big difference, that would be awesome to know. But I guess it's just the nature of loot and RNG. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 gameplays. The setup, again, remember, this is kind of almost roughly half time compared to before, right? Yeah, here it was actually a little bit longer, but normally it's like this. Now, wait a second though, if I'm playing for 25.4, right, which is almost half, why is it the real time higher? See here the 617. So if you multiply this times 2 is 1234, right? 1234. This one was actually 1244. 1236. Why is it that here it says like 1243? Where are those extra, 7 seconds coming from, considering it's exactly half of the playing time? Yeah, that's weird. That's a good question. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay, here it was 12:34. I guess it was because of the lag. Yeah, because I was lagging here because of overload, many enemies. I thought the lag made the gameplay to the in-game time to kind of fall back. So I think that's what happened. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Now let's see. Now is the moment of truth. Let's refresh again. I should be able to refresh this one for free. Unfortunately, I got unlucky with the other market before, so I wasn't able to get nice rewards. But in this case, I got a little bit more lucky. I got a couple more chests. So let's open legendary. Yeah, I'm gonna open everything and let's see how it compares to before the map. I'm gonna sell the highest value stuff. I'm gonna do the same I did right here. I don't know if you could see, but before the video, like I think this morning, I only played 2 times, see, sequence 3, and then I saw a cast map. So this, what I'm doing now is kind of, I'm gonna try to compare it to that here. Of course, here my loot frequency was level 73, here I got it level 74, and then now I got it level 75, so it's 2 levels higher. But again, just try to compare a little bit to see if there is a significant difference or not. And yeah, let's see. Boom. Lots of keys though, of the epic keys. I didn't got that many legendary keys, but a lot of epic keys. I could open 25 chests, I think. So it was a lot. And so I reached the cap of bases, but again, I need bases that disable both research and make enemy walk on platforms, which I don't have here, right? If my eyes are not mistaking me, I only have 2 here, and that's it. The ones from before, which I already got. Yeah, that's bad. That's unlucky. Okay, so let's just free some space. So hopefully I can earn some bases that can disable research and make enemy walk on platforms by very simply selling here all the bases until the epic quality. So here we go. That should free me now. Yeah, I have 150 bases that I could get. So start with the higher quality. Okay, it should be bases. Again, it should always be the same kind of rewards, right? Now I can definitely tell here, compared to before, that I have a lot more of the epic blueprints. These epic tiles I have more. I have more than 100 for each quality, so definitely it looks like in terms of tiles, playing for shorter, it gives more. So that's something interesting. I mean, that's something good, but I have to really check if this actually, it translates into being better. In terms of cores here, I can definitely tell that it's more not good, because I'm earning less of the epic ones. I don't know how many I have here. 5, only 1. So I guess playing for shorter also means less cores obtained. Let me check here again quickly, but I'm pretty sure this was what happened. No, wait, here. So here cores, I got 0. And on the rare cores, I got 2 here. And that's it. Before, I got here 0. 0 epic cores, then 3 very rare cores, and that's it. Gameplay before, again, no cores on the epic quality, and then I got 3, and then 8. Okay, that was weird. I got a ton of cores on this run. Okay. And then there was this one, again, no cores on the epic, and then 3 right here. Now if I just go back to, oh, I can't. No, I can see what I earned on these gameplays before. Like for example here. Can I see the rewards? No, right? Yeah. Okay, well, whatever. But it looks like I'm earning less cores, I would say. Now also, when I'm only selling 1 cast map, I only start from the epic tile, epic platform up in terms of crafting. So I will not craft lower tiers. I will start right away from this one. Yeah, I can definitely tell by the numbers that it looks like higher. More platforms, more tiles, so more of this on cast maps. If it's also giving me more sources, which is also a great value of prestige tickets, then it will definitely be worth it to start playing for shorter, because like in just half time, but doing it twice gives more tiles, more prestige tickets, of course, because at the end of the day everything must be translated into prestige tickets. And I also got the ones where I sold the bases from, the tickets I can craft. Alright, now let's save. Moment of truth. Leon Gallion, yeah. the emote. The sticking tongue out emote. I don't know how it's called, but alright. Yeah, I can already tell by the numbers. Now again, these increased numbers could be as well because last time I saw the map, I had loot frequency 73. So that was the loot related to what I earned with loot frequency level 73. Now I have a level 75. So of course I have higher levels. So it could also mean that I'm earning more loot because I have a higher level of loot frequency. So that's also something that I need to take into consideration. But at these stages of the game, like each single level of loot frequency does not like give you so much extra loot. It's just a little bit. The tons of loot, extra loot, comes when you actually reach level 97, 98. That's when you get tons and tons of loot. So let's create here the path. Boom, boom, core. Yeah, let's go for this one that have less off. Sources here. Yeah, it seems that I'm also getting more sources. Just 2 gameplays. 34 is a lot. 19 here. Yeah, it looks more. I'm only saying it looks more because I really need to like I need to test if it's actually more. But I'm pretty sure it will be. The value also from the map itself. The value will not lie. So if I get here, for example, I get 850,000, 900,000 MP, then it's definitely better. Playing for shorter, like it's objectively better, gives you actually higher stats and more prestige tickets. So it's gonna be what I'm gonna start doing it from now on. 261, no. Let's go for this. 280, yes. Yes, this one as well. This one, yeah. Oh yeah, I still have that one. Okay. 60 here is 271. Okay, that should be good. This one is 237. Yeah, that's not good. Because here the last platform that I have, it says 269. So I need to find sources that are more than 269. I think I saw a couple here, which potentially could be. This one, for example, yeah, 327. 397 here, good. Actually, let's go right away to the ones that have only 2 types. 280, yeah. Here, 261, yeah, that's lower actually. 258 is lower. 294, good. This one is 206, no. 32, no. 266, yeah. No, wait. It's 269. So these two are actually worse. 261. Yeah, I think I don't have any other sources which are worth for more. 266 again here, but something with more than 269, I don't think I have it. So yeah, let's just place these platforms then. These ones to fill the remaining spots. Boom. And then here teleports. Yeah, also teleports. Just 4 gameplays here. It seems that I'm getting more of these ones. Teleports are worth 300 each, so it's not bad, and especially because you can place them in between tiles at the corners. Even after you have filled the entire map with platforms, you can still place this one. So if you get a lot of these ones, it's additional value that you can place for free, pretty much. Yeah, it's a lot better. I haven't even placed the base and the portal, and I still are at 885,000. So it's a lot better. Playing shorter. So yeah, now you have it, guys, for free, live. playing for shorter, it's better. Now I don't know how much short you need to go, but for me, for example, in this case, I'm playing for half of the time that you need to reset the item market. So because it resets every 50 minutes and something for free, right? Then you play for half of that, so it's 25 minutes. At least at this stage of Endless. Maybe for myself, I can try going even lower. But for the moment, I think it's gonna be a good 903,000. So it's super good. I think it's a good comparison. And again, and potentially you could see there that when I stopped the gameplay, I was still earning loot. So it's not like I was earning no loot, so I stopped the gameplay when I didn't have any more loot. I was still earning it. It was just the fact that it's the time, So I just wanted to have the time as reference. 2700. Yeah, very good. Gotta say, I think this is now and I even have platforms left. Like, that's insane. Like, look at all these platforms left. So I could potentially even sell 2 maps. It's true here that I've done a mixed map, so I've already placed all of my sources pretty much. And I only had the ones that were pretty low value. Yeah, these ones that are worth like around 250, 230, 220 MP. But potentially, I could place another map. And unfortunately, selling cast maps also consumes the rarity tickets, which seems to be the highest liability here. So the highest issue with these short runs seems to be the fact that you get less tickets, less rarity tickets. It seems to be the only issue, because other than that, the towels, the actual value in terms of prestige ticket is higher. So yeah, still need here 200 though tickets. But yeah, I just wanted to end the stream here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you were able to learn here live with me that playing for shorter seems to be better, seems to give higher, in the same amount of time, you earn more tiles, especially more platforms. It seems also more keys, and so at the end of the day, that translates into having even more sources, more platforms, and then eventually more prestige tickets, right? So that's the goal. And I did the process of getting the green papers, which I forgot to do. But yeah, it was fun. It was nice to prove myself wrong, because I really thought that, considering the fact that by placing multiple miners, upgrading the towers, spawning even more loot, I thought, yeah, playing for longer is always gonna be better, because like you really get more of that loot, But it seems that even playing shorter, even if you don't play that many miners, you don't get that many towers, still the value of itself, it's better. So it's better to play for shorter. And yeah, that was it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Have a nice weekend, and see ya. Bye bye.